Hello there. Welcome to Skeleton Key Productions. I'm Kwame Goes Kokon. Let's get into the video. So in today's video, the first video for this channel, we're going to be talking about YouTube monetization or how to make money off of YouTube. So on average, someone with 100,000 subscribers on YouTube will be making about £20,000 a year or about $25,000 in American terms. So that's quite a lot of money. That's more than you get paid in a minimum wage job. It's more than gets paid in quite a lot of jobs actually. But how easy is it? How attainable is that really? So that's some of the things we're going to go through in this video. So before we get into all of that, we're going to look at the main do's and don'ts of setting up a YouTube channel. Don't number one, don't be an idiot. No, I'm joking. Okay, right. So all jokes aside, that was kind of cheesy, right? Anyway. The main thing is don't be an idiot, okay? There's a lot of rules with setting up a YouTube channel, and as long as you stick to them, it's easy money. If you decide for whatever reason to break those rules, don't be surprised if your video struggles to generate money. Okay, cool. So the first actual don't is this. No inappropriate content, all right? This includes swearing, this includes anything graphic, any violence, anything of a sexual nature. Basically, keep it family friendly, okay? You don't want to have inappropriate things because, I'll just hit my arm there, never mind. But you don't want to have inappropriate things for a very simple reason. You want to maximize your audience. Now, if young people cannot watch your videos because of inappropriate content, immediately it's going to reduce your audience. And also, in terms of advertisers, they are not going to be wanting to put their product behind something which has inappropriate content on it, okay? It's very simple. A lot of companies are going to run a mile if you have inappropriate material. So actually, I watched quite a lot of YouTube channels. Many of them were going on to political issues. And oftentimes with a lot of these channels, they'll have a thing where they'll be like, oh, YouTube demonetized me and I don't know what, That's nonsense. They know the reason why they're being demonetized. It's not rocket science here. You've got swearing in your things, you've got loads of inappropriate things, and you've got loads of things that no regular company is going to want to put money behind. Never mind. So basically be smart about this. Right, and this ties on to the next thing, which is inappropriate, And this ties on to the next thing, which is offensive or controversial topics, right? So if you're discussing something which a lot of people find offensive, and this mainly goes into the political realm, again, it's going to be difficult for you to generate revenue from that. Again, for the same reason. Companies are not going to want to get behind potentially divisive things. Of course, anything political is divisive, but it very much depends on how you're going to be going about it. So this channel, as much as possible, is going to be trying to talk very broadly about political issues, rather than going along very controversial topics, because that is not going to actually help the channel. It will help in some ways because a lot of people will want to follow and stuff, but it will be very niche and it will be very difficult to maximize the appeal that it has for an audience. So that's the main reason why you should try and get away from being controversial with your videos. It might end up getting you a very core audience who are very loyal to you, but at the same time, it's a thing where it's going to end up alienating quite a lot of people. So if you're running it as a business, you want to have to look at it and try and appeal to as many customers as possible. Right, the next don't is don't have copyrighted material. So even for the logo for this channel, I've got a close friend of mine to do the design, because I don't want to get sued at any point by a company. And this includes any copyright material in terms of songs as well. So quite often what people will do is they will have a clip from a famous song that they have and stuff, but then the entire video will either get deleted or get demonetized or something, right? And that's because you've not paid for that song, you've not paid for the rights for that song. So it's essentially akin to stealing. Now I know that when people are downloading things onto their phone, a lot of people do copyright, okay? So it is what it is. But it's a thing of, if you have that in your YouTube channels, you're going to face some sort of trouble, okay? So in order to do that, you either need to create content yourself, or if you know someone, or go onto some websites that specialize in creating non-copyrightable material. So yeah, that's the best advice with that. And finally, the final don't is don't be lazy, okay? A lot of YouTube channels that I see, basically what they do is they post up 1 or 2 videos, expect to suddenly, you know, for it to go viral and for them to have like 1 million subscribers like by Tuesday. That doesn't happen, okay? If you want to build your channel, you need to be posting regular videos. It requires a lot of planning as well. Like, you know, the famous thing of, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. This video alone took, I don't know how many hours to do, probably over 5, and then never mind like getting the equipment, like doing the research for it, etc, etc. It takes a long time to do any sort of video, okay? So don't just think that you can whip out your phone, start filming something, and then before you know it, ooh, you're a YouTuber, okay? And the editing, let me not lie, the editing is long. Like, it's not as difficult as people make it out, but it does take a lot of time. So if you're not willing to put in that time and have a lot of trial and error, you are not going to become a successful YouTuber, and that's just the end of it. Right, so now we've covered a lot of the don'ts. Now we're going to start talking about some of the do's. So as a minimum for your YouTube channel, you need to be having at least 1,000 subscribers, and you need to have 4,000 watch hours over the course of a year. That's not over the course of 2 years, not over the course of 3 years, that's over the course of 1 year. That lets YouTube know, and that lets the advertisers know that you're serious, that you're an active channel, and that people are actually going to be watching your videos. So if they put an advert by it, they know that people are actually going to be watching it, potentially buying their products, right? So it's that simple. Now, typically YouTubers get between £2 and £3 per 1,000 views on YouTube, right? So if you scale up to 1 million views, that's between £2,000 to £3,000, which is great if it's over the course of a month. But if that's over the course of a year, probably stick to your day job. If your videos are covering ad-friendly topics such as business or investment, then you can end up getting quite a lot more than that £2 to £3 per 1,000. You can end up having £5, you can end up even with as high as £25 per 1,000 videos, right? So it really does depend on what kind of content you're covering in your videos, because advertisers will put more in if they think that the kind of audience will be watching their things are more likely to spend. However, if it's just, you know, random cat videos or any other kind of like family friendly stuff that's not really business related at all, you could get between £3 to £6 per 1,000 videos, which again, it's not bad. But again, it depends on how scalable it is, how many people want to watch it. There's plenty of cat videos. Why is your one going to stand out? These are things you have to think about. Right, so the next do is try to get sponsors. So sponsors are, you know, different companies who will want to put money into your channel. So sponsors can often give between £3,000, maybe £16,000, depending on things, just to put in, you know, just for you to advertise their product in a video. You know those videos where all of a sudden they cut and go, anyway, so if you'd like to buy this coffee of da 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 da, yeah, that company actually gives them like quite a bit of money for that. So as annoying as it is, I know we like skip through the things, they do it for a reason. It's helping the channel out. So try and watch those things, and also just try and watch like the actual, like, you know, those little 5 minute, like not 5 minute, 5 second adverts that you have. But there's 5 minutes here you're allowed to skip, okay? Those ones are long. If it's like a little 30-second one, try and watch it to the end, because it does actually help out the channel in terms of revenue. However, for some topics that are a bit less advert friendly, However, for some topics which are a bit less sponsor friendly, it's incredibly difficult to actually get kind of revenue from it. So if you're looking at a lot of like history channels and a lot of political channels, for instance, what they'll try to do is they'll try and find sponsors such as online games or some sort of like thing that is historically based in order to try and get that revenue, because chances are if you're watching like a war video or something, you might be quite interested in a different like guns or tanks or etc, right? So that's another way that people raise revenue. But it's a thing of, this is why it's really important for those channels to have Patreons, which is another do. So if you can get Patreons who are, you know, very loyal fans of yours, to donate money to your account directly. So that way, regardless of whether you have like advertisers trying to hit up your channel, you can still have a revenue stream from that. Another great way of raising revenue is through merchandise, right? So people sell t-shirts, people sell coffee mugs, people sell pens, pencils, key rings, all those kind of things. Now, I don't know how about you guys feel, but for me, I personally wouldn't really want to be walking about with someone with a t-shirt of one of my YouTube channels. I think it's not really my cup of tea. I kind of just want to, you know, wear regular clothes. But obviously there might be quite a lot of people who want to wear like SKP like t-shirts in the future. But yeah, so it's a thing of, typically that is a great way of selling merch, and sorry, that's a great way of raising revenue from selling merch. So that's another really good way of increasing your revenue stream, regardless of whether you're getting sponsors or not. Right, so you might be thinking, selling merch, you know, that's small potatoes, yeah. Like, how many people actually going to be buying? How many people can be buying t-shirts and stuff? Wrong. I was really surprised when I found this out. So YouTube channels that have 1 million subscribers plus, yeah, they could be making, get this, yeah, between 3 and 9 grand a month just from selling merchandise, okay? So we're not talking small potatoes here. And another great do is to have affiliate marketing. So say, for instance, some YouTube videos will have they'll have a link in the description, or they'll say, oh, use this promo code, etc., etc., you get 10% off, or blah, 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 right? Each time you're making a sale using that, so you're getting a discount, but the YouTube channel is getting revenue from, you know, Amazon, from these different accounts, right? So that's another great way of raking in a lot of money. So that there is the main do's and don'ts of setting up a YouTube channel. So the main thing is, remember, be persistent, be consistent, stick with it. You need to put in a lot of time for planning, a lot of time writing scripts. You need to be doing a lot of editing. It's going to take a long time, right? It's almost like a full-time job. And if you want to do it really seriously, it does need to become your full-time job. However, there is enough money for it to be a full-time job, okay? If you are getting 50,000 subscribers, that is enough for you, just from ad revenue alone, to be raising enough to balance out a minimum wage job. Thereabouts. Not exactly, but thereabouts, okay? So you start making 100,000 subscribers, start making more of that, start selling merchandise, start doing affiliate marketing, all the different steps that I've gone through in this video. If you combine all of that up in a neat package and you keep putting in work and spreading the word, there's no reason why you cannot be making quite a lot of money from YouTube, okay? And if you want to promote different things, you want to promote your platform and go into different fields, it's a great springboard. Every single person has got this, right? It took me a long time to set up this video, but I'm filming this on my smartphone now, okay? I had to buy a stand, bought a microphone, but it didn't really work properly. You know, actually, I might even like do a video on like the actual how to make a video, because it's not, to make this video, it took a long time, and it's a thing of, a lot of people would have given up on the first hurdle. But to do it successfully, because I think that this channel will be successful, I think it will work, okay? So, thank you for watching this first video, and thank you for sticking around, and enjoy your day. Bye.